This is Janine Mitchell.
Mark Langdon for the IET, talking to the young engineers behind the Bloodhound Project. Can you tell me your name and what you do on the Bloodhound Project?
Yeah, I'm Sarah Cavell and I'm the engineering team assistant for the Bloodhound Project.
My name's Annie Beresford and my job title with Bloodhound is Operating Procedures, so I'm part of the engineering team.
My name's Howell Vaughan. I'm a design engineer on the Bloodhound team.
How did you become involved in the project?
I'm actually a student from the University of the West of England who are a founder sponsor of the Bloodhound Project. I was involved in the forming a student competition through university, and from that my tutor said, you know, if you're interested in fast cars and forming a student, why don't you come along and go and see the launch of this new project. So we went to the launch of the Bloodhound Project, and from there got to meet some of the team, and I was asked to help out at the 1K member days. And you know, I was looking for a placement year, so I thought, hand my CV here, you know, see how that goes. And they got a phone call back to say, you know, would you be interested in working as the team assistant for us? And from there, this is now I'm here.
You mentioned Formula One student. Can you explain exactly what this is?
It's a university competition. There's a lot of universities up and down the country involved with it. It's basically where a group of students get together, and outside of their course as an extracurricular activity, they actually design and build their own race car. And every year there's an event at Silverstone where you can take your car along, and you do a number of time trials to try and see if you can win. And you know, if you win the UK leg of it, then you go off to compete with other teams from around the world.
I was extremely fortunate to get a phone call was asked to come and join the project. Prior to working on Bloodhound, I'd been part of the JCB Diesel Max Land Speed Record team, on which John Piper was the chief designer, and I got to know John quite well over that, and I got a phone call from him asking me what I was up to, so naturally I jumped at the chance. So.
I originally became involved in the Bloodhound Project through several routes really. To begin with, there was a project that I did in my university course that involved the Bloodhound team coming to us and asking us to design an ergonomic cockpit test rig. So that basically meant fitting out a cockpit that Andy Green, the driver, could sit in, and we could adjust it around him so that everything is set for him when he's working at 1,000 miles an hour. So through doing that project, I got to know the design team and became very, very familiar with the project and the way that it ran. And at the same time as that, I joined the 1K Club, which is the supporters club for the project.
Can you explain your role within the team?
My current role with Bloodhound is operating procedures. That actually is primarily looking at the turnaround of the car. So from the point that it leaves the measured mile to the actual turnaround and then going back through the measured mile is down to my organisation and who does what, when and how.
My role is basically, it's a number of different jobs. I work closely alongside the engineering director, John Piper, doing a lot of jobs for him and the rest of the team. You know, making sure the diary's up to date, taking, you know, meeting minutes, doing little projects here and there, and also helping to organise, you know, IT for the project.
What is your educational background?
I've just finished the second year of a mechanical engineering degree at the University of the West of England. Once I finish my year with the project, because I'm doing a placement year, I'll be going back to finish to get my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. How I got into engineering in the first place? Well, my family have been, my dad's an engineer, and I've always been interested in cars, you know, and how things work from a very young age. I've always been quite intrigued, you know, about how things work. So it was a natural progression really. I enjoyed the science and the maths at school, went on to A-level and did physics and mathematics. And you know, when it came to looking at choices of university courses, engineering seemed perfect because I got to apply the science and the maths I love to, you know, real life projects like race cars and, you know, building bridges, you know, things I've always been interested in.
I think I've probably got quite a strange background for my education. I actually, from my GCSEs, I'd got sort of straight results in everything, and there wasn't any differentiation between arts and science. So I chose arts because I did art, English and history A-level. At the time I absolutely loved art, and I still do, but halfway through doing my A-levels I realised actually I wasn't good enough at art to pursue that as a career, and at the same time I started racing vintage cars, which kind of led me into more of an engineering route. So I then went to university and did a foundation year in engineering, which brought me up to speed with my maths and science A-levels, and then did a master's degree in mechanical engineering at Birmingham University.
How difficult did you find it to change from art to science?
I find it quite difficult in the sense that the foundation year was geared directly to people like me that have done arts backgrounds and actually then decided they wanted to pursue a sciences degree. So the course itself should have been directly tailored to me. However, it was actually probably more people that had flunked their A-level maths or science and then had to do a catch-up year to get their grade up to standard. So they taught me maths as though I knew what they were talking about, and I hadn't done maths prior to that for 3 years because I'd actually took a year out as well before starting university to go travelling in Australia. So I found it quite difficult, but in many respects actually it did me a lot of good because maths was my weakest subject, and I actually came through and out of university I was the top person in my course on maths, so it made me put in a lot more work and I benefited from that, so yeah.
So would you say it's not impossible from anybody from any background to actually transfer into engineering?
Yeah, completely. I think as long as you want to do engineering, if you've got a will to do it, then there's no reason that you can't go and do it, even if you've got an arts background or any other background for that matter. As long as you've got the will to go forward and do it, I think you can do it.
At the moment I'm a placement student, so I've completed 2 years of my degree, which is product design technology. So at the moment I'm working for 12 months with a Bloodhound team working doing engineering and design. Before coming on to university to come and do a course, I did A-levels. My A-levels were maths, history, design technology, general studies, and then I also did an OCN qualification in drama. So quite a wide range of subjects, but in the end design technology and the engineering was what I was really interested in, so I followed that. And then running up to that I did GCSEs. My choices when it came to GCSEs, apart from the obvious maths and science and English, were history, design technology, product design, German and IT.
How do you see your future on the project?
Well, I'll be here till June next year, and hopefully once I've been back and finished my degree, I can come back and finish work on the project and see the final run.
See the project now through till it's to its end, whenever that may be.
What I'm looking to get out of the project really is a wider understanding of engineering aspects and a lot about design. Obviously, coming as a product designer, I want to learn as much as possible during this placement. And I've already found while being on the project that I've had a massive learning curve. There's so much about engineering, about design, about the design process that I'd never even considered before. And that's quite a step back to take from a university course. You think you learn a lot, and you really do, but until you actually get into the world of work, it's a lot different. And I've already learnt massive amount from this project, and I'm still learning as I go along.
What are your aspirations as a young engineer?
As a young engineer, my aspirations are to hopefully be involved in more iconic projects, really. Continue on with what I enjoy, go on to further projects once this is finished.
I'm not really sure what the future holds for me. I'm a big believer in fate, and things come along as and when, and I'll take the opportunity when they do, but I'm pretty sure that having 2 land speed records on my CV won't do me any harm, so hopefully I'll have as exciting a projects to do in the future.
In terms of where I hope to go from here, I'm really just playing it by ear and seeing how it goes. If you step back 2 years, I would never have even imagined that I'd end up working on a supersonic car. Who ever thought that in a few years' time they'd be working on the fastest car in the world? So, in terms of where I hope to go from this, I'm letting it take me wherever it goes. The good thing with engineering is you don't really know what's going to be around the corner. With this project, we're continually pushing the boundaries of science, technology, engineering, maths, design, and it's already opened up so many things to me that I don't really know where I'm going to go yet.